on Divorce Court today. Can a full body upgrade save a marriage? Derrick says he paid for Sharae's top to bottom surgery and she used it to attract a new man. Derrick Taylor and Sharae Taylor have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toller to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. Taylor, you have come here with a divorce court first. Joe, are you ready?
Wow.
He says that he paid a significant amount of money to upgrade her body. And now that they're getting divorced, he wants the money back. So, Mr. Taylor, can you tell me exactly what kind of upgrades you provided her with?
Your Honor, it's like this. When I met her, she was a box. When I say a box, 4 squares. She was a size 16, 18, no curves. Yeah. So, I'm a breast man. I say, hey, let's go do this. Let's go get, breast, butt lift, tummy tuck. We go see the doctor, do that.
You did all of those things?
All those things.
Wait a minute. Were you on board for all of this augmentation?
Your Honor, no, I was not. Let me start right here.
No.
When I met Mr. Taylor, I was, like you said, maybe a size 16, 18, but I had just lost 150 pounds. So I was okay with the way that I was looking. Right. I was fine. He made me think that he was okay with it until he started wanting to go out in the streets and do other things. That's when he let me know he was a breast man. But because I lost so much weight, he would say things when we were lovemaking, you're losing too much weight. Because, when you get the surgery...
You were buxom.
Right.
And
but then when I got the surgery and lost about 150 pounds, losing weight, and the breast was going down and everything. So just to please him and keep him at home where he belonged, I did what he wanted to do, just to keep him happy. That's just how much in love I was in with this man.
Now, Mr. Taylor, I'm going to ask you, were you running around on her because her breasts got too small?
No, ma'am, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Now, Your Honor, if she didn't agree to it, why did she do it? Now, see, here's the thing. I talked to her. She knew I was a breast man. She knew I liked...
All along. You let her know up front.
Yeah, up front. No, I'm a breast man. I like them big. I'm just saying.
That you like that?
Now, I like that. Now, here's the thing. We went, we got it done, came home. That was the end of it. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't touch none of it. We lay in the bed. I try to roll over, get a little smooth. Stop.
Now, Mrs. Taylor, once you got upgraded, would you not let him touch the upgrades?
Your Honor, he wanted to touch it the night I came home when I'm still wearing jeans.
That's fine. I paid for it.
Oh, now, Mr. Taylor, really?
And it got to a point to where I would tell him, you have to be careful with them. They are, hard.
You had a major surgery.
Right. And I got tummy tuck, butt lift, and liposuction out of my back all done the same day. I lost my equilibrium. I had to learn how to kind of balance again. Mr. Taylor didn't understand that. I paid for this. I got it done. So that's my body now. I want this when I want it.
You didn't, did you?
Your Honor, it wasn't like that now. It wasn't like that. I'll put it like this. I did pay for it. I should be able to touch it anytime I want to. I paid for it, right? You're supposed to be my wife, and I'll put it like this, Your Honor. It was like...
You paid for the breast augmentation. You did not pay for her. You got a wedding license, not a bill of sale. She is a person, and nothing changes that personhood. She has a spirit, she has a brain, she has a soul, and all of that is connected to the body that you adjusted. You're lucky she let you do that to her. You're lucky about that, but that does not mean you own the person that all of those things are attached to. Get clear with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Get clear with that. You say, however, that once he did beautify you, that he became jealous of the attention that you would get from other men. Talk to me about that.
We're church people. We would be in church. And, they were up there saying, hello, how you doing, a little bit more,
Right.
And he would, why he's speaking to you? What? Baby, that's the bishop. That's
it's just all
let me do my job. I'm praise and worship. I'm the youth leader. Let me do my job. You raising your arm too much in church. I'm supposed to praise the Lord when I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, that ain't
it's bringing too much attention.
That ain't it.
It was, and And then I will say, getting all of this done, it did probably cause me to want to, you know, a little bit, you know, wear a little bit more low cleavage, not in church, and he looking at you. Everything I did. But it still didn't keep him at home where he belonged, though.
Well, where was he going?
Honey, he puts the CH, Your Honor, he puts the...
I appreciate that you feel close to me. I do. But let's keep it legit.
Your Honor, I apologize. He puts the CH in the word cheater, cheating. I mean, he is... Look at him. You would think he is Don Juan or somebody.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Taylor, are you cheating on him?
Yeah, I'm not cheating on him. It's just like this. A man gotta have friends. That's just all that is.
Big
a man gotta
friends.
have a friend.
Are all your friends buxom?
Oh, yes. Most definitely. Your Honor, that's just that. All of them are nice and tight. Thick in all the right spots. That's just all that is. Now,
are you looking and not touching?
I'm looking and not touching, but, well, you know, I'm just gonna say.
Now, wait a minute, so you are touching a little bit.
I was touching a little bit.
Get next to this, Mr. Taylor. She went through major surgery to reconstruct, barbify. You know, Barbie doll barbified her body for you.
Yeah.
And you're out there looking at other women. Don't you think that's disrespectful?
Your Honor, in a way, it can be, but in my eyes, no. Look at her. She got all the men disrespecting me. Mm-hmm. They coming to her. Mm-hmm. We walking. They push me out the way just to get to her.
So you mind other men looking at your wife the way you look at all your friends?
Your Honor, I looked at it like this. They gonna look, because that's what we men do. We look. Just don't touch. You get up on her, hey, baby, y'all. No, hey, hold on now. You stepping your boundaries. But she ain't pushing them off.
Okay.
She pushing me off.
I got you. Now, I read in your petition and your response about a young woman named Miss Jones. I want to know about Miss Jones.
Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor. Again, I will say we are church people.
No, not Miss Jones. It's Sister Jones, isn't it? Sister Jones. Because you church people.
We're church people.
Church people, and it's Sister Jones.
Yes.
Next, who is Sister Jones? And why does Derrick spend so much time in church with her? If the ink on your marriage license is barely dry, but you're ready to call it quits, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real problems, real solutions. Divorce Court continues.
You got to tell me about Sister Jones. Who is she, and why is she a problem?
Your Honor, Sister Jones, he led me to believe that Sister Jones was an older lady. Mm-hmm. At the time, he was working a job to where he was getting off at a certain time that he could not make it to our church service. We were having church service at 5 p.m. He couldn't make it there, but he would come like about 5:30. Mm-hmm. So maybe 2 or 3 Sundays he started missing, and I started saying, babe, why are you missing service? You're supposed to be coming straight from work. Because he is the sound man and the drummer at the church. So mind you, we didn't have any drums, anybody to play drums, didn't have any mics hooked up because he started having church with Sister Jones.
I love it when they start and then, you get to working and the choir's bopping and you're not there.
Your Honor, it was like this, Your Honor. Sister Jones was a friend, Your Honor. She's a friend. She talked to me about the Bible. She'll talk to me about the world. She'll talk to me about my wife. And then she'll do some other things. I'm just saying.
What other things does Sister Jones do?
Oh, she'll cook what she won't cook. It's that other lady thing.
So what you've got yourself is an on-the-side wife.
There you go. Your Honor, well, it wasn't...
Wait a minute, Mr. Taylor. You have surgically altered the one you got to fit exactly what you want. And then once you've done that, you got a second chick on the side, Sister Jones, to take care of all your other wants. Am I accurate in that regard?
Somewhat, Your Honor. It's like this, Your Honor.
And you're leaving the choir light because you over there with Sister Jones getting your meal on, getting your conversation on, talking about. Is that what's going on over there?
It wasn't just all that. You know, she was a different person. You know, she was a different person. So I needed somebody that I can step out with and wouldn't have no problem. You know, but it didn't go. It didn't go nowhere, Your Honor. We were still friends, and that's all it was. Just friends.
Ms. Taylor, do you have something you'd like to say about Ms. Jones that you can say in here?
Yes, Your Honor. He led me to believe that Sister Jones, as I first stated, was an older lady, and he started having Bible study with her because he was getting off at a later time and couldn't make it to our church service.
But Your Honor, she older than me.
So am I. So I started believing it, but then you know that gut feeling, and Sister Jones started calling over at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Ain't no Bible study going on at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when you laying over with me, in the bed with me.
Mr. Taylor, let me say something to you about getting all your needs met.
Yes,
you don't meet all of her needs. No one person can. But you have an obligation to take all of your needs to the woman that you picked. You don't have the right to say, I'm going to take this need from that woman and this need from this other woman, because what you do is you segregate yourself among so many people that she gets less than she deserves. She doesn't get all of you. She doesn't get everything that she ought to get from you because you're so busy getting everything you want from everybody else. You don't have that right. Your marriage did not survive that because you're about you and you're never, ever about her.
When Divorce Court continues, how did Sharae earn the giant mound of beads she brought back from Mardi Gras?
Do you think Sharae's surgically enhanced body caused her to break up with Derrick? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Mr. Taylor, I have fussed at you, and I'm through fussing at you for right now. Depends on what you say next.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you claim that you're not the only one that might be tipping around outside the marriage. Can you tell me why you have suspicions that Mrs. Taylor is doing something wrong?
It's like this. After we got the body and all that good little stuff, she went on a little trip with her co-workers, sports teachers, her coaches, to Louisiana to Mardi Gras. We all know what we do at Mardi Gras.
We do.
You know, come on. He giving you all the beads and all that stuff.
She come home with a lot of
all
beads.
the beads. Where you getting them from?
Mrs. Taylor, did you go out and get all the beads at Mardi Gras?
Your Honor, the beads are free. I can't have it because they was throwing a little bit more to me because I had a little bit more to offer at the time.
Right. Now, were you doing anything inappropriate while you were in Louisiana?
No, ma'am, I was not.
You weren't, it wasn't like Las Vegas, you know, it said what goes on there stays
and
there.
That's what happened.
None of that happened?
Yep.
No, ma'am.
Do you have any reason to believe that something did happen? She was gone, she had a good time, she came back with some beads. That's all we really got right now. Is there something that tells you something else went on there other than bead collecting?
Your Honor, I don't talk to her the whole weekend. The whole time. You can't answer my call.
Right.
You don't let me know where you staying at. You don't sit up there. When you come back, you still ain't answering my question.
And Mrs. Taylor, when you go out of town, you got to call your husband. They worry about you. He should know where you are. Yes?
Yes.
Absolutely. How come you didn't tell him?
Your Honor, if my mind serves me well, before I left, I just found out about somebody else. Who?
Oh. Another Sister Jones?
Yes, and I guess at this point they was making a whole choir.
Your Honor, that ain't how it was. That young lady, I fixed her car a couple of times, and that was it. Gave it a little tune-up.
Under the
That was
hood.
her.
Yeah, I bet you did give her
Under
a
the
tune-up.
hood. Cranked it real good.
Yeah, Mr. Taylor, you're a little scandalous. Mrs. Taylor, I want to talk to you about social media because you say that social media has intruded in a significant way in your relationship.
During the time Mr. Taylor and I was going through marriage counseling, we spent numerous of dollars on marriage counseling, pastors counseling with us, even the pastor, you know, telling us, go back and make it work, go back and make it work. This man would go in church and get down on his knees in the altar, cry, I'm not doing nothing, walk out and do the same thing. So he's a charmer, he had me fooled. And I'm, you know, and my pastor tells me, Mr. Taylor, well, Brother Taylor came out to the house yesterday for prayer because he really wants you all to, you know, try and get this thing going again because he don't want to lose you. I gave it some consideration. About that evening, I get hits up on social media to tell me that her and Mr. Taylor, you know, her and Mr. Taylor were seeing each other and he had proposed to her.
What do you have there?
Well, I have bailiff.
That nobody commands Joe but me.
And then,
You're calling me honey. You got my main man here. You don't get to do that. I'm just letting you know.
I'm sorry. But she wanted to hit me up on social media, and then she let me know that, just like all the other women when I find out about him, they let me know that he makes them feel that I'm insecure and that I'm crazy.
Right, yeah. That's what they do. Can you explain these? You've seen them, right?
No, I haven't seen that, Joe.
Well,
I don't
take
know
a look
what
and
that
can you
is.
explain that to me?
Your Honor. See, Your Honor, I do photography, okay? Now, this is how this works. This young lady right here, she's an escort. I did some pictures of her.
You know, Mr. Taylor, you dig yourself some of the biggest holes I have ever seen in my entire life. Sometimes I want you to stop talking for your own sake.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
Mr. Taylor, I'm going to save you from yourself. So I'm not going to ask you any more stories. I'm going to just go straight to the money. You say you spent about $5,000 making Mrs. Taylor's body what it is. First of all, I need to know what the extent of the augmentation was and why you believe she ought to reimburse you for that sum.
It was $5,000, Your Honor. It costs breast, tum tuck, butt lift.
And liposuction, right?
Liposuction, all that good little stuff.
Now, this is before and after.
That's the before and after picture. You see, that's how she looked when I met her.
Uh-huh.
A
And
little
this
bit
is what
thicker than
you
that.
did
And
with her.
there you go. That's what I paid for right there. That's it. So I feel she should give me she decided to leave, not me. That was her that walked out. So I feel
walking out with the stuff you
with
paid
the stuff
for.
I paid for.
And you want it back.
That's right.
You don't need to say anything, Ms. Taylor, but would you care to?
Your Honor, I feel like Mr. Taylor, what I did at the time, I did that to make him happy. I did what I felt that would keep him at home and not roaming the streets. I was fine with myself, but I wanted him to be happy with me, not just my personality, happy with me visually as well, because I saw what he was running, you know, too. But I see it still didn't keep him at home.
Mr. Taylor, you had a wonderful wife and you screwed it up. You had a woman willing to go through all kind of surgical procedures for you. You had a woman that was going to church with you. She had a woman who was putting up with all of the Sister Jones and the Sister Smiths, and I'm sure there was a whole lot of sisters out there that you were looking at
yes, it
and
was.
all that kind of stuff. And you're foolish to let this woman go. Having said that, I will say this. Those parts are on her. They belong to her. You're not getting anything back. You got more than your money's worth because she stayed with you longer than she should. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
How about that, Mr. Taylor?
Derrick regrets his behavior, but respects Judge Toller's ruling. He and Sharae have moved on. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.